Hey guys, this is Josh from joshmcdonald.net, and today I want to talk about turning your links on Quora.com from nofollow to dofollow. Now this is part 2 of a 3-part series. The first video I talked about Stack Exchange, which is another Q&A website, and the third video is going to be about reddit.com. Now all three of these websites, by default, they make your links nofollow, and to change them to dofollow, there's a different strategy for all three websites. Now, Quora is the most complicated. I'm going to address some myths, and I basically looked at something around 100, 150 links, and I'm going to discuss patterns that I've saw. And while this is always going to be changing, I feel I have it narrowed down to a couple conclusions. December 30th, 2015 is the date, so if you're reading this, a couple years from now, it will change by then. But first, let's start with a myth. Now, on Stack Exchange or Reddit, usually your links are determined to be dofollow or nofollow based on the upvotes. Now here we have a question here, 2 answers. We have a girl that is very popular. She's a top writer in 2015, most viewed in, I'm not sure what this is, must be some topics, dubbing and whatever that is. Almost 1 million views on her answers. So I would think she is a pretty popular person on Quora. I would think she has valuable answers. She offers a lot of value to the readers. Over 2,000 followers. So let's look at her answer here. A little bit of text, image, and a link giving credit. So let's inspect this and check it out if it's a nofollow or dofollow. And this link is in fact a nofollow. So you were probably thinking, popular user, lots of upvotes. This is going to be a dofollow link. Well, it is not. Now, there's a ton of exceptions to our rule. This could be something just because it's Pinterest maybe and they don't want to send link juice, but I don't think so. I think that, let's take a look here. Let's take a look at the link that it's going to. So let's just note right now that this anchor text is "How cool is Ellen DeGeneres?" and notice that the title of this page is the same. Okay, so the anchor text is the same or very similar to, or isn't inside of, the title of the page we're linking to. Okay, let's go through some more examples. We'll leave that one to last. Let's go to this one. So here we have a answer by someone quite popular, same deal. They know what they're talking about. Not as many views, not as popular, but 100 and something followers. Answers with lots of links. Let's take a look here. Well, this one's a Quora.com, so it's an internal link. But these other two here, SEOmoz.org. It is a dofollow. And mattcuts.com. It is also a dofollow. The answer has 75 upvotes, and all the links are dofollow. Notice the anchor text is the URL in this case. Okay, let's move on. Next, we have someone here, 0 upvotes, and they decided to drop their link here as a URL, and they got the nofollow. The difference between these two is this looks to be they dropped their domain name, not their full URL, I guess. They dropped the root of the website, I guess, as the anchor text, and this is an inner page it's linking to. Meanwhile, this person is quite unpopular, 1 follower, doesn't even talk about their page views, 200 views on the answer, so it's a nofollow. And content is also quite short. Anyways, next. Now this one is the most interesting. So people were talking about, how they think upvotes may have an influence. Well, how about this one here? We have someone here. They do have quite a bit of views, not many followers. They got over 7,000 views, most of them within the last 30 days. So this person is a rising person on Quora. They just answered on December 11th, so about 3 weeks ago. Now this anchor text here is American Sniper, and you see there's 0 upvotes, and you also see that this link is dofollow, which is quite strange. You'd think that someone that's not that popular, has not a lot of content here, and 0 upvotes. You'd think this would be nofollow. Well, Quora has it set as dofollow. The page is linking to, let's take a look at what we're looking at here. It's an Internet Movie Database page, American Sniper 2014. And one thing I do notice about this one is there are quotations around this anchor text. Okay, we'll look at that soon in our future examples. There are quotations around this one. And this one here, long answer. You know, regular user, decent popularity. Or frequent, looks like there's study of the past 6 months. And this link here is a nofollow, 0 upvotes. Let's move on to the next one. We're looking here. Let's see, 1 upvote on that one. Yeah, sure, let's look at this one. Only 1 upvote. And this is a nofollow. You know, reasonable popularity, not new, but not popular by any means. Nofollow also on this one. So you're noticing a lot of these are nofollow, and this seems to be the same page. Okay, the next one here. Now this one here is a quite popular question, 100+ answers. Top one has 4 sources here, and they are EDUs. We got dofollow. The next one is nofollow, and the next one is nofollow, and the next one is dofollow. So this is quite weird. You'd think, you know, we got an EDU site, a gov site here, a .org, and nature.com. So you would think these all would be past link juice, but for some reason only 2 of these are. Now this is where it comes down to, you know, this is a perfect example, perfect data here to look at. And, you know, you can go ahead, I'll put this, or you can look at this. I'm going to upload this in HD so you can find this question too. Go ahead, pop in the URL and take a look at this data. We have dofollow and nofollow links. Now I'm going to analyze it and put my comments on. You know, you'd think all 4 of these would be dofollow. 349 upvotes. This one here, dofollow. This one here, nofollow. And I'm sorry if you can hear, my laptop is heating up quite a bit right now. Hopefully it's not too loud on the mic. Okay, let's take a look if this loads here. Library login. So for some reason this is a useless reference because you have to log in, and this is also useless because it's not even loading. Let's see if we can look at something better here. Okay, this one's gonna load, this one's gonna load. Okay, so this one is nofollow. So the anchor text was origin of HIV and AIDS. Origin of HIV and AIDS. It's exactly the same. The anchor text is exactly the same as this. And this one is HIV resistant mutation. Okay, so this is HIV resistant mutation, but there's also some more text on the end of this title here. So this, basically from all the examples, we're going to get to a couple more that are just like this. Basically, when the title matches, when the anchor text matches the title, this is one of the, because basically think of what Quora is trying to do. They're trying to filter out those that are commercial and don't add user value. And those that don't add user value are going to basically put a brand name and then hyperlink it, and that brand name is going to appear in the title up here. So that's what I believe they're trying to do, and that's the best correlation I can find in these nofollow. And we're going to get to a couple more these between nofollow and dofollow, because it's not upvotes. We see that right here, and we don't even see that it's solid throughout the. It's not consistent throughout the entire answer. There's something within these links, and it's not prior arrangements with, you know, NIH.gov. It's not like that. It's something that's systematically detected that makes this page different from this page, and this page different from this page. And I honestly think it comes down to, we said this one was nofollow. Hang on, I'm getting it mixed up now. This one is nofollow, origin of HIV and AIDS, and this one is dofollow. Come on, dofollow. Yes. So this one is nofollow. The title tag is pretty much equal to the anchor text, and this one, it contains it, but it has more than that to it. So I think that's the trend we're going. That's the best trend we can go off of right now. upvotes do not matter. Let's find another one. The upvotes don't matter. The user popularity also does not matter. And we're not just talking about the subscribers or followers. We're not just talking about the views. This seems like a genuine article and a genuine link that should receive a dofollow link, but it didn't. And right now I'm looking at this one has this exact text in the title, almost like it's a brand name. It's capitalized. Each letter is capitalized, like it would be a brand name, and it is, right? It's a page called "How Cool Is Ellen DeGeneres?" Okay, next one. Now this one is really interesting. So we have a lengthy answer. There's about 20 links in this answer. So it starts off. Here's 2 links. Google Paradox. Notice quotations are back in this one. Okay, we have quotations around this link, and it is a do follow link. These links are in the middle of an article. Let's look at this one. Keynote, also do follow. Let's take a look. This link, let's take a look at the title, see if we can make any comments on this. Matt Cuts on this, and this. This anchor text is not the same as this title. Moving on. Down here further. Now this is a brand name, so I would expect this to be nofollow, and it is. Moving on to the next part. One second. Can you go away, please? Okay. This also is a brand name here. It is nofollow, and it continues through the entire list. These are all nofollow links until you get here. Described in detail as the anchor text, and this becomes a do follow here. Looking at this one, it's a brand name. It is a nofollow. So here we have two anchor texts in the exact same sentence. One is do follow, one is nofollow. We have YouTube here, youtube.com. You would think this would be a do follow. It is a nofollow. This one here is a do follow. So let's just look at exactly what are the differences between these two. I'm seeing the major difference that Quora may look at is the anchor text, and I'm still concentrating on that. So we have described in detail as the anchor text, and then we have YouTube keyword tool. And this is not found. Well, that's because they deleted the keyword tool, of course. And then this title tag is definitely not related to described in detail. And then this would have said YouTube keyword tool or something like that in the title. Okay, moving on. Another commercial mention of a tool. So Uber suggests nofollow. It goes on. Nofollow. Nofollow. Now this one, do follow. Let's look at the title. So we have copyscape. So it's a single keyword. This is just a single keyword is found. It uses the anchor text. Is found in how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words in this title. So I'm narrowing it down to you can use the same keyword as long as it's not exactly as the title. It can't be obviously, if you're using a 4-letter keyword as your anchor text, and then that 4-letter keyword is injected into your title, it's pretty clear that you're trying to rank for that keyword, and it's pretty clear to Quora that it's your general intention to rank for this keyword. So if you put your anchor text as something more meaningful rather than what you're trying to rank for, I feel you have a better chance of being a do follow link. Now, like I said, there's no yes or no case because there's multiple factors involved in this decision. Moving on, this is a do follow link. Let's take a look. Now this one is probably one of our best counter cases to the theory so far. It is, let's see, Let's see. We might come back to that one. Keep going with this first of all, because these are all promotional, so they should all be no follower. That's what at least Quora's automated system would want. So this one's also no follow. And this one's no follow. And this one is no follow, as they should be. This one, no follow. You know, I would think because this doesn't come across as a brand name, there's lowercase letters. You know, it just doesn't come across as commercial, but it does look like you are trying to inject a keyword. The title and description optimization tool. Title and description optimization tool. It just sounds like a keyword you might rank for on Google. No follow, image SEO tool. Now we got this one here, no follow, and then we got this one here, do follow. So this is another, it just comes down to analyzing these schema.org. So we found a couple examples of do follow links. No follow. My computer is really getting loud. I hope it's not turning out loud on the mic. Do follow. This is quite a lengthy list. Do follow. So we had a couple here that are starting to turn into do follow. Google.com, of course, they're linking to. And code.google.com, external link. You can take a look at the title, see what if our theory holds up. XML sitemaps generator. Sitemaps generator, blah, 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 blah. There's a long title. So, and let's just check this one out. Structured data testing tool. Structured data testing tool. Now this one I would think, based on our theory, should be no follow. However, it is do follow. No follow. A lot of these should be. I mean, if they are promotional, they should be no follow, unless they're adding value to the reader, which they could be. But what makes Quora so unique, unlike Reddit, Stack Exchange, and all these other sites, is upvotes don't play a factor. They literally use everything is a site by, or basically a case by case basis within the answer. What changes between each link? The anchor text and the URL it's pointing to. So let's check at links we know. When it comes to promotional links like this, it's clear that we don't have a definite answer. I mean, I have conclusions that it comes to with the title that the page is on, maybe, you know, with the header tags. When you use an obvious brand name or targeted SEO keyword, or a keyword that might want, or how should I word this? A keyword that you'd think of as being a keyword that's being targeted by the website. I can't really describe it. It's hard to explain. But we know for sure. We go back to our answers here. We have a few clear cases right here. This and this are genuine, natural, contextual links that add value to the reader. Go down here. Go down here. And these are also close to images. I don't know if that would play a role. We'll go here. We got a lowercase described in detail to follow right here. So we can see where the do follow comes into play. We got 3 upvotes. You know, the answer, you know, I think if the answer went, upvotes would come into play if the answer went to, you know, less than 0 upvotes. I got downvoted a bunch. I think it doesn't matter what you do. All your links in the answer will be no follow. But as long as it's a do follow answer, let's go back. We looked at a couple things here. We have a couple concrete cases of theories. I'd like to, let's see, this one we're not going to use. Right here, this one. So this one that was in quotes, American Sniper. And it is do follow. We have this one here that is no follow. we have this one here that is nofollow, or this one's dofollow, and this one is nofollow. Right? This one is nofollow, and the second one is dofollow. So upvotes, a couple things you can take away from this video. Upvotes do not play a factor. As long as they are positive, it'll be fine upvote wise. Linking directly to a brand name, for example, I think another thing to note in this is this isn't really contextual. This is kind of just a link tagged on the bottom of this article. If this link was put up here, you know, this image was provided by, right up in there, and there's maybe a couple more sentences, will this be changed to a dofollow? I think so. Even though it's a brand name, you know, definitely if you change it from brand name to this image and then hyperlink the word this, or the two words this image, it would be definitely changed to dofollow. You look at these, like right here, it's literally 2 sentences. Right when you get in, you know, I'm looking at so many different factors here, and you're probably getting overwhelmed, but I hope some things I'm saying here are opening up your mind to some of the decisions used that Quora uses. It's something that they do put a lot of effort into. But you look at this. This is, as soon as you get into this this paragraph, boom, right there, commercial, anchor text, and link. Like it's clear that this entire paragraph, right, is about this link. This link, if it was at the end, you know, it's not saying this link backs this paragraph of information. This paragraph is about the link rather than the link being about the paragraph, if that makes sense. I'm a programmer, so I'm trying to come up with strategies that other programmers would use to basically decide exactly what they're deciding here. You know, this should be nofollow, so let's find this one. Anchor text, unrelated, you know, this seems natural. This just seems like a natural link. It's in the middle. These are all this. There were some that were. I think this one was dofollow. Let's note that this text is a little bit longer than the other text that they've been writing. This one was also dofollow. This one was nofollow, right? I mean, most of this entire sentence is about. Is a hyperlink to this link. So I think we should come up with some tips here. Maybe I should write them down. So make your anchor text unrelated, or not unrelated, but something other than your brand name. You know, like this article, or as seen here. What else? Keep answer upvote counts positive. What else? Put the link in the middle of the article. In the middle of useful content, you know, not at the bottom. And not even, you know, not at the start of the sentence. You know, you want it right in the heart. You want it in the meat. You want it right there. Okay. And then we should also talk about the anchor text shouldn't be too similar to your page title. And I think that is going to conclude my theory. This is what when I backlink and when I get into this more. I mean, I do have dofollow links, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing to cause it to happen every time, but I am getting it. I am making them dofollow. Not every one, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. And this one right here is a dofollow link. It's in the middle. It's in the middle of this text. Let's see. Oh, it's SEO. This title is not the same as. It's not going to come up. This title is not coming up the same as this anchor text. Anyways, this has been quite confusing. But there's literally no content on this on the website or around the web. So I hope this opens up your mind to some of the things that Quora uses. You can use some of these tips here. Check for part 2 of this. This is just my initial research. And I hope to update with more concrete examples. Although I think from this what we saw here, trying to reverse Quora's decisions, I think we've learned a bit, and hopefully this will change your backlink structure from, you know, being, say, this guy here that just puts his link at the end. You know, you don't be this guy. Anyways, this has been Josh McDonald from joshmcdonald.net, and an upvote on this video would be appreciated. And do subscribe if you'd like to see further videos. Bye for now.